So, I've got a collaboration video for you. Yeah, and it's gonna be a pretty long one. 6 or 7 reviewers maybe. So, the topic of it is, well, fragrances that were once really, really hyped that nobody talks about anymore. So, if you want to know what reviewers I have participating in this comp and what fragrances they chose, well, you're gonna have to come back. Okay, let's get this party started. So, the first reviewer that I'm about to get my mic situated. First reviewer that I am about to bring to you and introduce you to on this channel goes by the name of Joss Jane, and she is a very good reviewer. She is the first lady reviewer to be on this channel. She's pretty good, knows her stuff. She's very knowledgeable of both men's and women's fragrances. I enjoy watching her videos, and I think you will too. So the next face that you will see is none other than the infamous Joss.
Hi there, my name is Joss, and my channel's name is Joss Jane, and I want to give a big thank you to Trey for inviting me to participate in this collaboration. So thank you so much, Trey. I love your channel, and I'm super excited to be part of this. So be sure to hop over to my channel and subscribe. I would love to have you. I talk about perfume, fragrance, lots of different fragrance-related content, and lots of gender-neutral fragrances. I wear perfume marketed to women, marketed to men, and marketed as unisex. So I have a wide variety of perfume that I love. Today, I'm excited to talk about fragrances that were once very hyped in FragCom and now don't get talked about very much, which I think is a great topic for discussion. So I'm gonna start with one from Burberry. This is called Brit Rhythm for Her, and it's a gorgeous lavender floral, and it's so beautiful and refreshing, and it's very cheap. I think you can get this on FragranceNet or one of the discount sites for probably 30 or probably a lot less actually. So Burberry Brit Rhythm for Her. I think there's a men's version too. I just love this. It's really refreshing, and especially for spring and summer, it's just beautiful. It smells more expensive than it is, and I think it's a very good gender neutral option. I think this would be gorgeous on a guy. If you're a guy and you haven't expanded to those fragrances marketed to women, you're missing a whole bunch of fragrances that are beautiful. So this is one of them. Another one is Jimmy Choo. And so this is the original Jimmy Choo. It's an eau de parfum. It's very strong. It's a beast mode fragrance. It's got a lot of patchouli. It's got toffee, pear. It's just beautiful. It's really powerful. I do have some male subscribers who love this, and I love it too. And it was really popular when it came out, and it's got a lot of flankers. It isn't talked about as much these days, but I think it's still relevant. It's still gorgeous, and it's really special. Another one is the Armani C line. So I have the Eau de Toilette here, but it's also comes in an Eau de Parfum and an intense version, and there are several flankers. It's just a really gorgeous black currant and lots of beautiful florals and underlying base notes, and I love this one. I think all of the versions of C are really pretty. I'm not as into the Passion and the Fiori versions, but I love the original and the Eau de Toilette and the intense. And another great gender neutral option. It's beautiful, it's really classy, and great for year round, a very versatile fragrance. And it's just not as talked about as it was at first. This one's been around for a long time. This is Prada Candy. It's got kind of a funny bottle, but it's really pretty. It's a caramel. It's kind of, it's a little bit gourmand. It's sweet and not super complicated, but it's very pretty, and it's got lots of flankers too, and it's very popular. It doesn't get quite as talked about now as it did at first, but it's still, I think, beautiful, and I love using this one for layering with different things. So that's Prada Candy. This is YSL Mon Paris, another one that has tons of flankers. This has raspberry, patchouli. It's sweet. It's really beautiful. It's refreshing. It's just super gorgeous, and I love this one. And this was another one that came out and got lots of buzz and just really doesn't get a lot of attention these days, but I think it's still gorgeous. It's another one that you can wear for just about any occasion, and it's quite lovely. Now, here's one from Maison Lancôme. This is called Oud Bouquet, and this is another beautiful gender neutral option. The whole Maison Lancôme line is gorgeous. Oud Bouquet has oud and some sweet notes, and it's fabulous, and it was really popularized by Demi Rawling. I think she really got this one very talked about, very popular. It's it's still talked about a little bit, but not nearly as much as it was a couple of years ago. So Oud Bouquet, still gorgeous, and still a very beautiful, long-lasting, gender-neutral. It's versatile. You can wear this almost anywhere, and it's gorgeous, and it's expensive, but I think it's worth it. I love the Maison Lancôme line, and I think they're well worth their kind of high price tag. Here are two that I don't have full bottles of, but I still love them. This is from Elizabeth and James, and this is Nirvana Bourbon. And this is a beautiful, it smells very woody and it's got that kind of bourbon-y, it's got a little bit of a boozy aspect to it, but it's very classy and beautiful. And I'm not sure if this one's been discontinued, but I think I've still seen it on FragranceNet, Fragrance Buy, some of those sites. It's gorgeous. It's another gender neutral option. This Nirvana series from Elizabeth and James is gorgeous, and I love the bourbon version, so I really should get a full bottle, but Lord knows I don't need any more perfume. This is called Burberry Her, another Burberry, and this one's been compared to Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Baccarat Rouge 540, which of course is very talked about. This one is gorgeous. It's not exactly like Baccarat Rouge 540, but it's got kind of that vibe a little bit. It's beautiful. It's a good lasting fragrance. It's, I think, fairly inexpensive now on FragranceNet. It was very popular. It also has an intense version, and actually the nose behind this is Francis Kurkdjian. So there's definitely some similarities with Baccarat Rouge 540, but if you already have Baccarat Rouge 540, you may not need this, but it's really pretty. And again, gender neutral, even though it's marketed to women. Don't let that stop you guys, because there's so many beautiful options and I don't want you to miss out. So again, thank you so much, Trey. This was a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing the other collaborators and what they picked. And I hope you will subscribe to my channel again, and I will see you soon. Thank you.
This next guy is one of the nicest people that I've ever met. One of the most generous guys. He's a good young content creator. He knows fragrances. He's really, really good at what he does, and he goes by the name of JP, and his channel is JP Fragrances. So the next face you will see belongs to my partner in crime, JP.
Hey, my beautiful people, how y'all doing? How y'all living? Hope all is well. Love smelling good? I know I do. Welcome to JP Frags. And on this channel, we discuss fragrances. I give you guys my take on fragrances from my experiences. Man, but shout out to my boy Trey Sense, man, for having me, for hosting me or whatever. Fragrances that once got a lot of hype that done kind of died down. You know, I know I'm new to frag.com or whatever, but like I said, I've always loved smelling good, and just my intake on these things, man, my opinion, I would say I'm gonna go with Bulgari Aqua Amara. Man, this thing right here, it was getting a lot of hype. You know, especially when they started saying that the fragrance is gonna be discontinued. It just shoots the value right up. It could be a very cheap fragrance, inexpensive fragrance, but once they say discontinued, whoop, them prices go up. This one, you can still get it on discounters right now. You can find it. But this one right here, by the way, I got this one from my boy Trey Sent. He sent this to me. We had did a trade back in the day. We did a trade or whatever. And when he told me he had this one, I was just like I say, because of the hype, I was like, bro, I gotta get that. I don't care how it smells. I like the way that bottle look. I gotta get that. Plus, I'm a blue type of guy, freshy type of guy. So anything aquatic, I want to get my nose on it. But I have been hearing a whole bunch of good things about this fragrance right here. I don't know, maybe the season we in, but I really, just from what I see, I don't really hear a lot of people talking about this one, man. This one, it was released back in 2014. It's classified as a woody aromatic. It has salicylene. I know I'm butchering that name, but mandarin pretty much is the top note. Mid notes is watery notes, neroli, and base notes it has patchouli and olivine. But what I get out of it is real aquatic, man. It's citrus. When you first spray it, it's citrus heavy. Definitely get that saltiness in the with the watery notes. Very marine, so it's definitely gonna remind you being on the beach. But I mean, it's safe to wear. I wasn't blind by this one. I try to get my nose on this one because it also has that neroli in there, but it's kind of like a dirty neroli. This come off a little bitter to me, with a little sweetness in there. But overall, I think it's a good fragrance. It's definitely strong. Projection, it's a beast off my skin. I say 3 feet. Longevity on this one, man, shoot, 8 hours plus. So this is a good one. I'm gonna throw another one in here real quick. Dunhill Icon Racing. At one point in time, this was getting a lot of hype too. You know, slowed down for whatever reason. But this one was released back in 2017. Yeah, I like that. This has grapefruit, cardamom, bergamot, orange blossom, lavender, pepper, musk, guaiac wood, and vetiver. So give you a kind of, shoot, if you like them type of notes, shoot, you can't go wrong with a blind buy if you like those type of notes. This one gets compared to Invictus Aqua. But I say that guaiac wood makes it kind of project. So I like it though. This one kind of got a lot of hate too though. But I mean, I like it. I like it. It's inexpensive. You get it for $30-some on discounters. I like it. I like the bottle. Bottle's pretty cool. This don't beat the original one, but it's nice though. It's a nice little scent, especially for those just starting to collect, that's new to the game, getting off in the game and want to add to their collection. It's definitely good for a beginner to start off with. But that's my take, man. Those are my two. I feel like that was getting a lot of hype that kind of nobody talk about no more. Oh, this one definitely office friendly too, y'all. It's office friendly. You can wear this to the office. Sure, you can wear it out on the date. Should wear it out to casual wear. I like it. But man, those are my 2 fragrances, man. Thank you, Trey, my bro, for having me. Salute. If you like this type of content, look me up, JP Frags, man. JP Frags. Y'all support my bro, Trey Sense. Good dude, man. Shout out to all my fellow YouTubers, creative content, man. Hey, salute. All praises to the Most High. Take care.
This next gentleman is a lot like Cheapo and myself. Why? He's a pretty good sized guy. He's a big husky guy like myself. 2, smells good. 3, he's born in Alabama. 4, he's in North Alabama, just like me, just a couple of miles up the road. Goes by the name of Fat Boy. Name of his channel, Fat Boy Frags. Here he is.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Fat Boy Fragrance. Back again. What's that music, man? It sounds like some YouTube paid music, man. Your boy has to show the respect because your boy's friend Trey Sense challenged him to pick out 7 fragrances to go in his compilation video he's working on. So he told me to come up with 7 fragrances that are no longer hyped up, but that were hyped up like crazy. And your boy's got 7 for you right now. Of course, my name is Fat Boy, and I am this from Fat Boy Fragrance. If you're new to my channel, or if you haven't heard of my channel, hit that like and subscribe, baby. Come on in and join that party. It's gonna be fun every time. I promise you. I bring the energy, the positivity, and the realness. Always real. All right? And if you want to come and check out my Decan store, it's Fat Boy Frags. The link is below too. Make sure you come and support me, because if you show the love will come back. The customer is always right. Now, let's get all up in this list. And you know how I do it. No edits, no do-overs, just one take, and we get it right, baby. Fat Boy Fragrance Review starts now. All right, baby, we back. Let's get all up in this list now. 7 fragrances. My boy Trey Sanchez challenged me to. 7 fragrances that are no longer hyped up, but were hype out of this world, baby. So let's get started. You ready? Let's turn that music down just a little bit. First of all, you're liking that championship gear, baby? Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide. All right. Here we go. Starting off first. Man, this one was hyped up like crazy. It was the cheapest. It was, if you typed in, I remember when I was starting my fragrance journey, you type in cheap fragrances for the summer, and this one was on everybody's videos, everybody's list, everywhere you went. Nautica Voyage, man. Oh, this is a real old formulation. Thing's about 6-7 years old, man. This one packs a punch still. Man, gorgeous. Crispy. To me, I almost get like a green apple vibe out of it. Ah, man, gorgeous still, man. I don't know why this one died out, probably because it was so hyped up. But this one was definitely hyped, not hyped anymore. Nautica Voyage. All right, up next, got the niche one right here, man. This niche one was hyped up beyond recognition. Everybody who was a reviewer, who was anything of a reviewer, if you had a summer fragrance or a spring fragrance you were talking about this one. And that is Fico de Amapi from Acqua de Palma. Ah, love this one, man. Still love this one. I rock this every year still, but it's died out. My guess is also the fact that it was so hyped up and it lacked in performance. What the first one did, it had a great performance. This one did not have the performance when people spent all that money on this. And back in those days, you weren't getting it for $70, $80. You're probably paying $130 for it. So you didn't get performance out of it. You're like, hey, it smells great, but didn't perform, so it didn't live up to the hype. So, but this one was definitely hyped up, big time and no longer hyped up. That is Acqua de Palma, Fico de Amapi. All right, up next, another one that was blown out the door, son. You thought you were edgy and cool if you were like, hey, man, I found a cheapie that has niche quality in it, baby. And this one, that's how this one got that vibe. Everybody rocked it. Everybody loved it. Everybody's like, man, a car company, how can they put out fragrance like this? This fragrance right here put car company fragrances on the map. And it was hyped to death. This whole line was, and that is Ferrari's Bright Neroli. Pumped up, son. It still smells great. Still an amazing Neroli scent, but just got wore out, man. And there's a lot of great Neroli scents now. And I think that's just part of it, man. It was a Neroli scent. But it was hyped. I mean, they were like saying it's better than Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. It's better than Mugler's Cologne. This thing is the best. People would go to war over this one, man. Great fragrance. I saw some great conversations about this fragrance. A little bit more of that YouTube paid music, man. I don't want to get my boy a strike or anything, so I'm just trying to keep it keep it a little friendly. All right, moving on. All right, where are we at? We had 7. That's 1, 2. All right. This one was hyped, I think, by a girl named Debbie out of Australia, a reviewer. Blew this one out the door, man. And when she hyped this one up, it went flying. And I think they should have paid this girl some money. If they did, they should have. It went straight to the roof. Another one that lacked performance, but was a very unique, fresh scent from a house that was unique. And I got their brand new release last year, Bohemian Lime. Fantastic fragrance. This one right here kind of died out. Nobody really talks about it anymore. And that is Pacific Rock Moss. I think what happened to this one, it started getting cloned. I mean, cloned hard. Everybody made a clone of this one. Man, it's a super nice scent, but I think it just got outplayed. And when you get, and everybody was on that hype train so fast, man. And it was hard to find in the beginning. You just couldn't get everywhere. So it lost some of its steam, I'm guessing, on the fact that you couldn't provide it. But a gorgeous fragrance still. And I love rocking this one. Don't know why this one died out, but my guess is that it was hard to get in the beginning and people just lost interest in it. All right. Up next, the boy Jeremy Fragrance made me get this one. This one was worn out by Jeremy. I'm not talking about La Nuit L'Homme. I'm not talking about L'Homme. I'm talking about Prada L'Homme. Yes, he wore this one out. Everybody had to smell like fresh fabric softener and raspberry. Everybody had to smell like that. And that's what you got. Not fresh fabric softener. That's the wrong fragrance. That was individual. Sorry. But everybody wanted to smell fresh and professional. And this was Jeremy was just pumping out the door. And don't get me wrong. It's a super nice fragrance. It's very powdery. That iris note is gorgeous, very natural. But nobody talks about this one no more. And my guess is that the flankers outdid this one. Prada L'Homme Absolute is a better fragrance. Prada L'Homme Intense is a better fragrance than Prada L'Homme. And I think it just overseeded that one. But in the beginning, you heard about what fragrance you wear on the first date. Fragrance to wear to work. Fragrance to wear to an interview. Bam, this one was on everybody's list. Hyped out the roof, son. All right. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 2 left. All right. Next up, man. This one is hyped still a little bit, but not really. I mean, when this came out, they're like, "Oh, it's the killer of this fragrance. It's gonna kill Creeds of Venice. This is the best things in sliced bread." You got whole Facebook groups created for this one fragrance, but now, because of the fact that so many clone companies have done a better job than this fragrance, and because this fragrance is no longer what it used to be, it's been reformulated, it just fell off the mat. Yeah, people still rock it. If they can get an older fragrance formulation, or they get that 2019 special edition, I bought 20 of them bad boys to sell, and I sold all of them and made like 30, 40 bucks on. People went nuts off of that one because it was made back, I think it was made in France instead of London. So it was using an older formulation. It was stouter. And that's the one I actually got right here. And that is Club de Nuit from Armaf. Club de Nuit Intense. You know, I'm not a big fan of Venice, but if you're a frag head, you got to have this one in your collection. This is the real deal as far as the Venice goes. If you like that kind of scent, I'm not a big fan of it, but this one was hyped through the roof. Raised the prices on it. This thing was selling for like 90 bucks for a while. But because of all the clone houses now, who do it better, Duet does it better. Duet has 87 versions of a Venice. You know, everybody's got a version of a Venice now. 7 different kinds, 8 different batches. And the fact that Venice changes batches so much, Armaf would just put it the same one every time. And then when they came out with their reformulation, it was very weak. That black cap instead of silver cap really hurt them. It really brought them down. And I think it's where the hype died down on Armaf. People still talk about Club de Nuit Intense. People still rock it. You'll still see it on Facebook pages, but nothing like it used to be. All right, last one is another Jeremy fragrance gem. I remember seeing this fool. Not a fool, because Jeremy's not a fool. Let's be serious. 1.37 million subscribers. You ain't a fool. You a money man, period. And let's all not hate. Don't hate the player. Just hate the game. He's just playing it, and people feel right it. Now, I remember seeing Jeremy with about 8 boxes, bad boys saying, this is going to be out of stock. Nobody is going, I mean, it's going to be discontinued, blah, blah, blah. But I remember this fragrance being on everybody's top 10 list of that year. So hyped up. Everybody said, oh, it's amazing. And I love it. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Best performing freshie. You know, if it was the best performing fresh scent, summer scent, this was always number 1, number 2. It was always hyped up, but the hype has sure died down on it. And I'm talking about the last one on this list, baby. Aqua Amara, which basically means dirty water. This one, though, it's a beast. It's an amazing fragrance. I still love rocking this one. Man. Ooh, ooh. This one reminds me of my signature scent, Bavari Tiger, a little bit. If you take away that orange flavor in there, it's still nice. Man, I even got the body spray to spray in the car sometimes just to freshen it up. Man, beautiful scent, but definitely was hyped up, but no longer hyped up. That's not... I dropped the bottle, man. Did your boy break it? Ooh, it's still intact. That's the second time this week I've dropped the bottle. I need to get my hands checked out. But that's all the time I got, baby. No edits, no do-overs, one take, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you're new, you never heard of me, I'm Mr. Fatboy Fragrance. And Fatboy Fragrance Reviews, come and find me and join the party, baby. This is growing every day. That's all the time I got. And like I always tell you, if you smell good, you feel good. Baby, you know it's all good. Fatboy Fragrance Reviews is out. Thank you, Mr. Trey.
Next up is a little guy. That's my little partner in crime. He and I talk a lot. We don't talk as much as we used to. But we talk a lot. And he goes by the name of Manuel. Manuel's House of Aromas. It's funny, I was teasing Manuel the other day I sent him a video of Heavy D dancing, and I was like, man, y'all kind of favor a little bit. You move like this. You didn't tell me you used to be a successful rapper. So the next face that you will see is my friend from Manuel's House of Aroma, Manuel.
Welcome back to House of Aromas. My name is Manuel. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today was my first day back to work. Feel excited and nervous at the same time. A lot of changes. You would think a week wouldn't make a difference being out. Those who know, I was out. I had tested positive for Corona, and excuse me. And today was my first week back. A lot of changes was going on before I even left. So, but again, I'm just glad to be back to work, have my health back, and all that. So, just I'm gonna start off with my scent of the day. My scent of the day is 212 VIP Black from Carolina Herrera. This was my scent of the day, but I used my decan first. I started by buying it like this. I don't know if y'all seen my other videos where I always talk about how I always start off with either with the decan if possible, especially with something that's kind of up there with the price range. And brought down quite a bit. I've had this for over about a month. No, about 2 months. About 2 months. And so y'all stay tuned for my full. I've given the first impressions, but I wanted to share my experience with this one, the 212 VIP Black from Carolina Herrera. It's called the Own Party NYC. Pretty nice. But again, I'll display the whole bottle and everything, so y'all stay tuned. So, Trey told me to do a video of a fragrance that was hyped up, and seems like everybody forgot about it. It's one of these cheapies. At that time, there was, I guess when they first started with hyping up with all the Target brands, and then they had jumped into some of the Walmart brands. And believe it or not, this one I get a lot of compliments. I've talked about it before in the past. It's from the Walmart brand, EUG Bronze. This is a clone or a copy of Giorgio Armani Absolute. And again, I've always, never fails, get a compliment on this one. Always, every time I wear it. My first time, I was shocked, again, we always think about, these cheapies or these, we call them dumb reaches. And especially these being like from Walmart. And again, I remember there was a lot of hype. It was this one and also the black one, the black version of the same brand here from Walmart. But I think that one's called Black, if I remember correctly, but I know it's like it's a black bottle. That one's also a clone of Giorgio Armani Profumo. That one was a little bit more hyped up than this one. To me, I like this one better. Again, they're Walmart, they're right there to open, where you can sometimes just take them out the box and just smell them. And this one really caught my attention even more. And so, again, the first time I wore this, caught me by surprise, and that was already probably about 5-6 hours in already. And we had went to the taco truck, and again, it was the evening time, the wind was blowing. I could smell it, but very, very faint. But the lady there at this taco stand, as soon as I got to the window to order my tacos, me and my wife's tacos, she straight up just told me, "What are you, that's you, what are you wearing?" I almost went, I was going to tell her, "Oh, Giorgio Armani," but I said, "Nah, I'm going to be straight on." I told her about it. And again, it's very, very nice. I've smelled it before, but I think this was just a little bit more sweeter. A little bit more, I guess more appealing, I guess you can say. But I guess the sweetness gives it that little bit, I guess its own personality, I guess you can say, but it's still in the guidelines of the Absolute one. But again, even y'all seen I brought it down quite a bit, and never fails. When I wear this one, even this one probably receives more compliments than all the other ones that I've purchased. They're a little bit up there higher prices. This is $7.99. $7.99. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I see them and I just want to give me another bottle, just to have a backup. Be like, it's just a cheapie, but man, I guarantee, never fails. I almost guarantee you'll get some kind of compliment on this one. Always, and it lasts me 5 to 6 hours in, and it's still, again, I could barely smell it. Every once in a while, I would, pick up on it, kind of faint. But again, I guess my scent bubble just attracts, or it just gets people's attention. And my nephew, even my little nephew, he asked me, what's a good one to wear? And I told him, can't go wrong with this one. Him, he's still in high school and stuff. Still in school. And I think he's in sixth grade, 7th grade. He's already into fragrances because I guess he sees my videos and he's always asking me about different ones that he sees. And I've told him to get this one. If not, I might just get it for him. Even my other older nephews, they asked me. And bubble just attracts, or it just gets people's attention. And my nephew, even my little nephew, he asked me, what's a good one to wear? And I told him, can't go wrong with this one. Him, he's still in high school and stuff. Still in school. And I think he's in sixth grade, 7th grade. He's already into fragrances because I guess he sees my videos and he's always asking me about different ones that he sees. And I've told him to get this one. If not, I might just get it for him. Even my other older nephews, they asked me. And again, $7, $8, $7.99, $8, less than $10. And again, I just remember there used to be all kinds of hype on this one and the black one, and it just faded out. Again, it just sometimes that's the way it is. Trends come and go, just like anything else. But again, it's one of the ones that I remember seeing a lot of hype, and I went straight to Walmart. I guess when I saw the price, I said, maybe why not? $7, $8, $9 with taxes and all. Again, I've always received a compliment on this one. So again, EUG Bronze. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm saying it wrong, but again, this is the Walmart brand. It'll say on there compared to Giorgio Armani Absolute. But again, I hope I hit the marks. Again, there was just some that I was looking through all my stuff and trying to see what's some that's been hyped and been forgotten about it. And to me, this is one of them. What do you think? Have you ever tried this? Any cheapy ones that you've had that shocked you, that get compliments? Trey, I hope I hit the mark that you wanted me to hit, and I appreciate it. Every tag video that I do see or that I come upon and I see my name on it, I try to do it, not to disappoint anybody. And again, I appreciate that. Check out Trey from Trey Scents. Good guy. Has a big heart. A lot of people that talk about me, or a lot of people that I talk to, all of them, always, again, just like from Fat Boy Reviews, he always talking about giving positive feedback, and that's what I try to do. And I love this. I love fragrances. I love getting compliments, and a lot of times I wear it because I like it. But again, a compliment, when you get a compliment, that's a plus. So it makes you feel like, okay, I am picking up good stuff. And again, like, share, and subscribe. And again, Trey, hope I was able to get it. And y'all have a great day. And remember, when you smell good, you feel good, all right? You have a blessed one.
All right. Man, let's keep this party going. The next reviewer that you will see needs no introduction on this channel. He is none other than the notorious, the infamous Mr. Chief Sense, aka Mr. Keith Crook, aka The Fragrant Life. Take it away, Cheapo.
So, I got a little question for you. Why is it that certain fragrances at certain points in time that are hyped, quote unquote, are not hyped anymore? Hopefully we'll get an answer. And I have one of those fragrances that used to be hyped that nobody really mentions anymore. Stay tuned. So in this video, we're going to be talking about fragrances that used to be heavily hyped and now they don't even get a mention. One of the key reasons being is performance. A lot of people have issues with fragrances when it comes to performance. And once a company tampers with that fragrance, whether it's, them reformulating or some other kind of reason, people get a little teed off, a little pissed. And I can see why in most cases, but I'm not the one who really cries or complains about performance. I let people know that off of my skin I get such and so, whether it's on the short end or the long end, and that's all I can do. Now, whether or not you're one of those people who don't mind or don't want to reapply throughout the day, then I get it. Sometimes you pay your hard-earned money for something, especially if it's over 70, 80 and above. You want, or you figure that a fragrance is gonna last because you paid $200, $300, $400 for it, and that's not always the case. So I have one fragrance here, and I just kept hearing about this particular house. I knew absolutely nothing about it at the time. I was fresh in the game. I've been in this, about 3 or 4 years now. And I used to hear this name I actually still hear the name, but this particular fragrance I don't hear anymore. It's from the house of Mugler, and it is Mugler Cologne. And I believe there's a different bottle style and they switched over to this style, but I'm not sure. If you like sharp, citrusy type fragrances, I think this has like some vetiver or something in it. Definitely a great springtime, summertime type fragrance, outdoorsy. It's a citrus fragrance, slightly powdery, fresh, spicy. I think it's a very nice fragrance. Why it doesn't get mentioned anymore, like I said, a lot of people started complaining about the performance of this. I get pretty decent performance. I get about between 4.5, maybe 5 hours of longevity. Projection, on the other hand, probably about an hour. It only goes maybe an arm length off of me, but I will say if this is picked up in the air, it will get carried and people are going to notice it. Perfect office scent. It's non-offensive. The opening can be a little sharp, like I said, but if you give it time to dry down before you go into your work setting or your office setting, this will definitely be a nice fragrance. Somebody walk into your office, or you're walking down the hallway past people and they're picking up the breeze as you walk past. You could possibly get compliments from this. I've never gotten a compliment, I don't think, from this fragrance. I did when I first came into the game. I bought it was a bigger size bottle of it, but it was only like a little bit of juice, like maybe a quarter of juice in it. I went through that, and then I just ordered this one, and I love this scent. Now, as y'all can see, I have not worn too much of it over time because I have so many other fragrances, but I have been wearing it. This fragrance does not get a lot of mention anymore. I see these top 10 lists or top whatever list, and this just falls short. Now, on the other hand, I also understand if it's not performance, then there's a fragrance that came out that does it better, and that's what more people are leaning towards. I'm just happy to have this in the collection. I like it a lot. Fresh, it's clean, citrusy, it's bright, it's exuberant, it's uplifting, and needs to get more mention. So that's my fragrance. One that doesn't get any mention anymore. Mugler Cologne. Peace, y'all.
This next reviewer is another one. He don't need no intro on this channel, but I'm gonna introduce him anyway. He goes by the name of Trey. Yo, that's dope. Just dope, Trey. Yo, that's a dope fragrance, Trey. Yo, that's dope. You get it? You gotta get it, Trey. You gotta get that. Y'all call him Sam Broom. I call him Sammy. So the next reviewer that you're gonna see telling you about fragrances that he feels have been hyped and then dropped, Sam Broom.
This is something that you need to hear. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Sam Broom back again with another video. I couldn't miss this collaboration from my boy Trey Scents. I missed the last one. I said be damned if I missed this one. Early part of this whole fragrance collection type of thing. One of the fragrances that was hyped a lot or was talked about a lot was by Tom Ford, and it's Tom Ford Noir. Now listen, let me tell you something about this fragrance right here. It was hyped back in the days, and it died off. No one talks about it anymore. This was actually the scent that I wore the night of my 50th birthday party that my wife surprised me with. I wore this fragrance right here because this fragrance right here, it's spicy yet smooth. It's classy but modern. It's mysterious, yet that person that wears it knows, or it makes you feel confident. You got top notes of violet, pink pepper, caraway, bergamot, and verbena. And in the heart, you got some Tuscan iris. You got some Bulgarian rose. You also got some black pepper. You got nutmeg. You have geranium. You got some clary sage. And in the base, you're getting some Indonesian patchouli leaf. You're also getting amber. You're getting vanilla, civic, apoponix, You're getting leather. You're getting vetiver. And you also get some styrex. So it's got a shitload of notes. Kind of old school. Because back in the days, most of the old school fragrances had tons and tons of notes. And that's kind of like what this Noir did. Or what Tom Ford did with this Noir. He put a bunch of notes together. All right. Again, spicy but smooth. I'm getting the rose. I'm getting the vanilla. I'm getting the spices. Yet, again, it's really, really smooth. You get about 6 to 7 hours of longevity with this. You get you get moderate projection, and it leaves a nice little bubble. It leaves a nice little bubble around you. All right, very, very smooth, very seductive, very seductive. Love this fragrance, man. Love this fragrance. It's more of like a date night fragrance or a night out on the town kind of fragrance. Picture this. You got a low lit bar or club. You're wearing a dark suit, but it's not a tie. You're not wearing a tie. You're wearing a nice button up. You got your blazer. You got your tailored suit. It's a smoky situation, yet it's very, very elegant, very upscale, low lit. That's the type of a setting you getting with this fragrance right here. This is the type of environment you want to be at. Noir, this thing, man. When I tell you, it sets the mood. It's so dope to me. Powdery, yet rosy. Smooth. A slight sweetness. Very slight sweetness. But it's there, you can tell. Again, I can't stop saying it. Spicy and smooth. Classy and modern. Mysterious yet confident. Not hidden. You definitely want people to recognize you wearing this fragrance. Or people will recognize you wearing this fragrance, is what I should say. It's a dope ass scent. I don't understand. No one's talking about this fragrance any longer. And it's definitely one of the best fragrances on the market, man. Tom Ford makes some dope shit. Let's be honest. Tom Ford makes some dope stuff. Alright? Makes some really, really dope stuff. So that was my fragrance right there. A fragrance that's no longer hype, but it's still good as hell. Tom Ford Noir. Yo, Trey, listen, bro. You know you my brother. You, my man Chief. What you call him? Cheapo Depot. Love you, brothers, man. Y'all stay up, stay safe. And sooner or later, I will be getting down to Jacksonville sometime soon. Hopefully this year, this upcoming year. And we're going to meet up. All of us going to meet up and we just going to have a ball. We're going to go sniff some stuff around, like, go around these little stores and see what we can find. It's probably going to be a long day doing something like that. But yo, I'm looking forward to it. All right. 2021. Let's make it the best. All right. It's your boy Sam Broom signing off. Peace.
Y'all, enough talk. Well, if you've stuck around to the end of this video, I would love to thank you because I know it has been a long one. So, last but not least, it's time for me to talk about 3 fragrances that I found in my collection that were as hyped as any fragrance ever was hyped in the community, and all of a sudden they just don't get much love or talk anymore. The first one, as these are all inexpensive fragrances from the house of Michael Jordan, needs no introduction, is Pancake Syrup, or Michael Jordan Legend. Smooth, syrupy, little bit of spice, a little bit of masculinity, nice gourmandy, date night fragrance, really, really easy to wear. And it was hyped to the heavens and back, and then just forgotten. And I don't know why, because it still smells good. It didn't stop smelling good. It hadn't been reformulated. It still got the cheap rubber cap. What's the deal? Why does Fragcom not rock with this fragrance anymore? I don't get it. Next up is from a house that I really, really enjoy, really like, and it, I guess, is a cologne house. More of a dressed up cologne house, but anyway, because they do suits and ties and billfolds or wallets, whatever you call them, shirts, apparel, clothing. From the house of Perry Ellis, it is Perry Ellis M. And my goodness, this is a Chanel clone, Chanel Allure. And this fragrance was hyped to the stars and beyond at one point. Every time you turn on the video, Perry Ellis M, Perry Ellis M, Perry Ellis M. And now all of a sudden it's just doesn't get any talk. And as you see, I put a little bit of a dent in it, and it smells good. It's a decent smelling fragrance. I enjoy wearing it. I pull that out. For some reason, I reach for that more on cold and winter days. I think it smells amazing. Like it. But fragrances like that now, they smell synthetic. They're all synthetic. But I do get that some fragrances are of a higher quality than others, so I understand that. Last but not least is probably the most hyped fragrance in Fragcom history. And it is from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. Have you guessed it yet? Guess what it is? Bam! F Black. If you don't believe that this is one of the most hyped fragrances in Fragcom history, here's what you do. When this video is over, when it's over, not now, sit down. punch in F Black, punch in Ferragamo F Black, and then look at all the so-called big-time reviewers that have reviewed it. That's all you gotta do. And you see each and every one of them has reviewed this fragrance. Even though they don't rock with it now, they've reviewed it and they've worn it. But now all of a sudden it's not good enough to wear. I don't know what's going on in Fragcom. But anyway, I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed this review. Big shout out to Joss. Big shout out to Fat Boy. Big shout out to Sam, to JP, to Keith, and to Manuel for participating in this video. It was greatly appreciated. I know this video was a little long, but still, you guys have been saying you want some longer videos, so you got to kick back, relax, and watch this one. But thank you all for participating. If you haven't heard of any of these reviewers and you found their content to be, as I did, amazing, be sure to give them a sub. Please help them. JP is approaching 100 subs. Let's help him get over that mark. Let's help him get to that 100 sub mark. I enjoy all of these creators. I think they're good. I think they're good at what they do. And I think you guys should like this video, share this video, and go give them a fave. Not a fave. What is it called? A sub. Anyway. And if for some reason you haven't subbed to my channel yet, I'll take your sub as well. We all work hard for you guys so that, you know, we spend a lot of money so that you don't have to, and we make a lot of cologne mistakes so that you don't have to. So again, if you found this video to be entertaining, please give us all a thumbs up and your sub. I'm going to jump off here because it's been long enough and I know y'all are tired and ready to go. So thank you all for participating and thank you all for stopping by. Until next time, guys, peace.